Une question ici.
Hello, I'm Janet Nepales from GMA7 Philippines. My question is for Julia and Melissa. Talk about casting Melissa for this role, and Melissa, how did you prepare for your part?
Oh. Je pense que la préparation avec Julia, comme elle le disait tout à l'heure, ça passe vachement par le corps. Et la préparation, pour moi, elle a été vachement physique aussi, beaucoup moins que celle de Tara, bien évidemment, mais on a beaucoup fait de sport, beaucoup de préparation physique aussi, des cascades, de ce genre de choses. Et c'était assez intense pour moi qui n'est pas du tout sportive. Vraiment pas. Mais oui, la préparation, elle est super importante. On a fait énormément de répétitions. On n'arrive pas sur le tournage, on ne fait pas de l'improvisation. On peut avoir des moments d'improvisation, mais c'est vraiment très, très, très préparé. Et je me sentais vraiment très... j'avais les armes pour commencer le tournage, grâce à Julia surtout, et qui m'a jamais lâchée avant la préparation, pendant le tournage. Je me suis jamais sentie abandonnée, même si Julia est très exigeante. Quand ça ne va pas, elle le dit. Quand ça va, elle le dit. Et elle était 100%. Elle m'a donné 100% de son temps. Et je t'en remercie.
Merci chérie. Mais c'est mon métier, mais merci Julie. En plus, je l'ai fait avec amour.
C'est pas le cas de tout le monde.
As far as the casting question is concerned, I'm sorry, where are you? I can't see you, and I like to get people high. As far as the casting, I mean, to start with, I didn't want to work with someone who was a minor. For that part. For many reasons, some might tell you for production reasons. Obviously, we know that it's hard to work with minor in terms of like time on the set and stuff like that, but that was not that. Actually, I didn't feel like explaining this film, to someone who was extremely young and stuff like this, you know, who was the age of Alpha, let's say. And also, I felt that the part itself had a huge spectrum of emotions that would have been incredibly hard to get from someone who is still very young in life. And so from the get-go, we started like casting young women from 16, you know, to 20, something like this, who looked a little bit younger than their age. So that's the first technical part of the cast. And obviously, when I met Melissa, for me, like, it was an obvious choice. I didn't meet her right away. I made her come back a little bit because obviously I don't know her and I have to see, you know, how I can talk to her and how I can adapt my language to her and if she understands it. And as a matter of fact, sometimes I feel, you know, that I digress a lot, as I'm doing right now. But she understands it perfectly. She was never lost when we were in casting. Like, I speak very fast when I work, and I'm like, okay, so you see this line, you do it like this. The tone here, the accent is here. The accent, you go down here, and then you go this. You look this, you do that. And she was like, okay. And she did it perfectly and was like, oh my God, that kid is a wonder. That kid is incredible. She was gold right away. And she also, I mean, beyond obviously her immense talent as an actress, she has something that I really recognize myself in, meaning that Melissa and I are still very childish. That was important for the part. That's important to me in my life because that's part of who I am. And you know, this kind of like very nonchalant, careless difficulty to have some kind of body coordination is something that I find incredibly endearing and that I feel and relate to. And she definitely has this too. And that's, yeah, and I'm saying this as a joke, but like there is some comedic aspect to the character. I think every time you have a teenage character, there is a comedic aspect to it because it's this age of teenage years is an abomination of nature. I mean, really, it's extremely funny. Your personal tastes are a disaster. You think you know everything, you know nothing at all. People treat you either like an adult or a child, nothing in between. You don't know who you are, you stink, your body moves. I mean, it's a huge mess. And so you have got to have someone who bears this comedic quality with them when you cast them, and Melissa also definitely has it.